Hey, good morning, guys. I was going to be working today, but it is -10 wind chill outside. They called me and said it's too darn cold, so I'm not actually going to work today. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown, a little bit longer term view. We got FOMC today, so you typically don't trade at FOMC days. You're playing with dynamite. The market's a little bit bullish today, getting a really nice little relief rally out of Europe. Typically you take your cues off of Europe. And also as far as a secondary measure of volatility, I do watch the cryptos. Cryptos have a decent little bid this morning, so that's the most sensitive, alpha sensitive area of the market. So I always try to gauge market sentiment off that when you see cryptos having that. So I actually use crypto as more like a volatility gauge to give that's a pretty wise way of doing things. So SPY, what they're trying to do here, guys, on the longer term time frame, left shoulder, head, and possibly trying to put it in a right shoulder bottom here on SPY. This makes sense because down here at the 390, that's a critical area since Biden's been in office. This would be our critical support. So, assuming that is going to be our new neckline, you invert this, the measured move above the neckline to all-time highs, and that takes a breakdown would take you right back down to the 390. That'd be your measured move breakdown area. Okay, so that does make quite a bit of sense. Right here, trying to put in a neckline this morning on our SPY. So we got 390 going on here. So what we got going on this morning, uh, what I've got these blue lines. Oh, I forgot to mention what those blue lines are. I have pivots on my different time frame pivot areas. So on my just chart here, the only thing I'm showing are the quarterly pivots for that have hit over the past year, or year or more. And that I'm just those are critical support resistance on a quarterly basis, and you can keep it just as simple as that. That is your primary inflection points. You don't have to look at any other time frames. You just have to trade in the proper time venue. Okay, and so basically we're trying to say this quarter pivot, make our right neckline for a bounce. I don't know how far we can bounce. Possibly all we can get is a bounce up in that trend line and then come back down. And we're always looking for that quick break, so we can but we might get it, we might not. So, but basically everything's bullish this morning. Looks like we're going to be breaking above this consolidation, back testing at trend line in my opinion today, and then we'll go from there. So. That's pretty much my takeaway here on SPY. Q's, breath's been horrible on the way up. So basically, 5 stocks all last year have been responsible for the entire move, most of the gains on the Q's. So basically, what we got going down on here, let me go on the daily first so we can see that first. So you guys can see everything what's going on here. Similar case, if they make that a new neckline, you do your measure move, flip it over on top of itself. Okay, then that would put you down here, and that's right. That same quarter we had the election. Okay, it would be putting us right back down into the 280 area on the Qs. So just keep that one on watch here. Uh, you know, really critical possible neckline trying to build out here on our Qs. So you really got to be careful, you know, pushing your shorts in this scenario. Looks like to me, in my opinion, we're probably going to come up and back test this trend line today on that one. So you can tell I'm leaning a little bullish here. It's hard to say, but that's what I'm doing here. So basically on the Russell. Now this is a little bit beast of a different color in my opinion. They are trying to put you see right here, they're trying to put a neckline right here, but this neckline does not line up with my quarterly pivots. So this has got me a little perplexed. What's going on here? This here, in my opinion, uh, so you know, it just doesn't. It's just not lining up the way I would like it to. Uh, so, in my opinion, our neckline should be further down. So the bounce today, in my opinion, is concerning because we're not pivoting off of a quarter pivot. So this is my bearish case that IWM literally has not corrected far enough for us to put a uh, uh, neckline low in, and so that's my bearish case. That you know, uh, so that's my main takeaway. Okay, and we'll go from there. And if I don't know if I'm right or not, but it just doesn't seem like, because the Russell itself just suggests to me that we have not put the lows in yet. So I do want to keep that float that idea. The markets can do whatever the markets can do want to do, but that really is bothering me here on the Russell. And so basically, so we came down really fast earlier this week into a support area. So now we're going into the end of the week, and in my opinion, that sets up a situation that we can actually come back down to this quarter pivot and actually put in a hard quarter pivot on IWM into the end of the week. So really want to watch this for the bearish case. So this is my, like I said, my fly on the ointment. Something here just doesn't, it's got me a little concerned to try to do the bullish thing, knowing this situation still hasn't resolved. Okay, so that's everything I got to say. 6.5 minutes, so one of my shorter videos. So I'm going to trade what the market gives me, and initially this morning the markets kind of look, bullish. So we'll see what happens here. So we'll go from there. Okay. Please retweet me on Twitter if you can. You see my Twitter link on Twitter. It's gonna be 9662C. If you're not following me on Twitter, be sure and follow me on Twitter. Like the video on YouTube, and any additional comments, please put below the YouTube video. It's got a little description area below that. And I appreciate all the everybody who has applauded me on my videos here lately. So hopefully this will help you guys in your trading. Thanks.